Why do some people attract wealth with ease, while others work tirelessly and still feel stuck? Here's the truth: money flows to energy, not effort. And on May 8th, 2025, the universe aligns through 6 powerful numbers, each infused with ancient Buddhist wisdom, not just to bring luck, but to awaken clarity, intention, and prosperity in your life. These aren't just numbers. They're energetic gateways, each one a symbolic lesson guiding you to unlock abundance from the inside out. So if you've been doing everything right, but still not getting the results you want, it's time to stop pushing and start aligning. Prosperity isn't something you chase, it's something you invite. To begin this shift like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future wisdom. And here's your first intentional action. Comment below. I welcome growth and harmony into my life. This simple act plants the seed for clarity, balance, and abundance to flow in. Now let's dive into the first number, and what it reveals may be exactly what you've been waiting for. Part 1. The spiritual meaning of number 33. Generosity as true wealth. In numerology, 33 is known as the master teacher, a number of compassion, wisdom, and higher purpose. But what does that mean for you, especially on this powerful day, May 8th, 2025? It means that your path to prosperity isn't through hoarding, hustling, or chasing approval. It's through giving intentionally, freely, with heart, the Buddha once said. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. That's the essence of 33. True wealth grows the more you share it. Let's be honest, in today's world, wealth is often equated with what you have, your income, your assets, your status. But 33 flips the script. It asks, what are you giving to the world? Because when you give from your skills, your time, your kindness, you become magnetic. Not just spiritually, but materially too. Think of someone who always lifts others, supports without keeping score, and acts from purpose rather than ego. They may not always be the richest on paper, but they're often the wealthiest in peace, in respect, and in connection. Dogen, the Zen master, put it simply. To give is non-attachment, just to give without seeking reward. That's powerful. Giving isn't just charity, it's liberation. It frees you from fear, from lack, from the illusion that you're separate from others. So how does this apply to your life today? Start small. Offer a sincere compliment. Send a message of gratitude to someone who's helped you. Donate, yes, but also hold the door. Make eye contact. Speak gently. Every act of generosity is an energetic investment. And as the Dalai Lama reminds us, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. But 33 also speaks to balance. It reminds you that it's okay to want financial success, but ask yourself why. Are you chasing validation or building something meaningful for others? When your actions align with your deeper values, your success becomes sacred, not stressful. You're not scrambling to prove yourself. You're expressing your truth. And that's where creativity enters. We often think creativity is just for artists, but in truth, it's for everyone. It's how you solve problems, show up at work, nurture your relationships, and even manage money. Number 33 encourages you to trust your ideas, especially those grounded in service. Because the greatest wealth often comes from helping others rise, even if things don't go your way. Remember, not getting what you want can be a wonderful stroke of luck. Dalai Lama. So today ask yourself, what can I give without expectation? What can I create with purpose? What kind of wealth am I building? Not just for me, but for those around me. Because when you give from a full heart, you don't just light up the world. You light the path to your own true prosperity. Part 2. Number 17, creativity and clear communication. The number 17 often goes unnoticed. It's not flashy like 111 or spiritually hyped like 33. But don't be fooled. 17 is a quiet powerhouse. And on May 8th, 2025, its energy invites you to open doors you didn't even realize were waiting for you at its core. 17 represents creative courage and the clarity to communicate your truth. It nudges you to express what's inside not just with words, but with presence, intention, and trust. Let me tell you a quick story. There was once a man named Liam, a retired carpenter who had spent decades building homes for others. After retirement, he felt lost, like his purpose had ended. But one day, while walking past a community center, he saw children sitting under a leaky roof trying to study. Something sparked. He approached the director and said, "I don't have much, but I can fix that roof." That one act led to months of work renovating, teaching kids how to use tools, building benches and shelves. He didn't get paid, but he said, "I've never felt richer." That's the energy of 17, it whispers. Try create, speak offer. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, what you put into the world can ripple further than you know. But creativity alone isn't enough. Number 17 also sharpens your voice. It asks, are you being honest with others and with yourself? Are you speaking from truth or from fear? In Buddhist teachings, right, speech is one of the eightfold path. It's not just about being nice, it's about being real, clear, kind, and courageous. The Buddha said, words have the power to both destroy and heal. When words are both true and kind, they can change the world. Think about that. Have you been hiding an idea? Avoiding a necessary conversation? Delaying a creative project? Because you're afraid it won't be perfect. 17 reminds you, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Your voice matters, your story matters, your effort matters. And when you speak clearly with intention and heart, people listen. Opportunities open. New energy flows. So today ask yourself, what truth have I been avoiding? What creative spark am I ignoring? What message needs to be shared through me? Whether it's writing, designing, mentoring, gardening, or even just saying I love you when it matters. Create something honest today. And remember, optimism fuels all of this. Not naive hope, but the kind of grounded belief that says, my effort matters. My voice has value. I trust the process. When you embrace the energy of 17, you stop waiting for permission. You create, you speak, you live out loud, and that is a kind of wealth no one can take from you. Part 3, number 39, trusting change and celebrating progress. Number 39 is a deeply underrated force. At first glance, it seems simple, just another odd number. But look closer and you'll see that 39 carries the quiet wisdom of progress and the bold spirit of transformation. On May 8th, 2025, 39 is not just a number. It's a gentle push forward, a call to recognize how far you've come and to stop waiting for some grand moment to validate your worth. Let's be honest, how often do we dismiss our small wins? We celebrate milestones like a promotion or a big payday, but we ignore the quiet victories. Getting out of bed on a hard day, saying no to something that drains us, choosing kindness when anger felt easier. But here's the truth. The big moments are built on these small ones. Every little decision that aligns with your values is a brick in the foundation of the life you're building. Number 39 invites you to celebrate progress, not perfection. It asks, when was the last time you acknowledged your growth? Maybe you used to be quick to judge and now you pause and reflect. Maybe you've been saving little by little and now have your first emergency fund. Maybe you're still standing after a year that tried to break you. That counts, and it matters, but 39 doesn't stop there. It also represents trusting change, even when it's uncomfortable. Change rarely comes with clear instructions. Often it shows up wrapped in uncertainty. You might lose a job, only to discover a deeper calling. You might move cities and find a whole new version of yourself. The energy of 39 whispers. You don't need to see the whole staircase. Just take the next step. It's a reminder that life is not meant to stay stagnant. The river flows, seasons shift, and so must we. Here's a story. A woman in her 50s, after decades of working in finance, felt burned out. Everyone told her she'd be crazy to quit. "You're too close to retirement," they warned. But she couldn't ignore the inner call anymore. She left. Started baking from home. 1 loaf became 5. 5 became a business. She didn't plan for success. It unfolded because she trusted her next step. That's 39 in action. It's also about curiosity. Instead of fearing what's next, 39 invites you to ask, what else is possible? What if this challenge is a bridge, not a wall? When you bring curiosity to your fears, they shrink. When you stay open to change, life rewards you with insight. So today, take a breath and look back. Notice the small victories, celebrate them, then turn your gaze forward with trust. Because 39 isn't asking you to leap blindly. It's asking you to take one honest step and believe that the road will rise to meet you. And sometimes that first step is simply this: I'm proud of how far I've come, and I'm open to where I'm going next. Part 4, number 19, Karma, Daily Discipline, and True Abundance. On the surface, number 19 might seem ordinary, but in the spiritual language of numbers, especially on this meaningful day, May 8th, 2025, it carries a profound vibration, karma, consistency, and the quiet power of daily discipline. In Buddhist thought, karma isn't some cosmic punishment. It's not what goes around comes around in a revengeful way. Karma is cause and effect. Every thought, word, and action plants a seed, and over time, that seed becomes your reality. Number 19 reminds you, your habits shape your fate. Let's face it, we live in a world that worships quick wins. We want instant results, fast money, fast recognition, fast change. But 19 doesn't play by those rules. It teaches patience, discipline, long-term, vision. Imagine a garden. You can't force tomatoes to grow overnight by shouting at them. You water, you weed, you wait, and eventually nature delivers. It's the same with abundance. True wealth isn't just what you earn, it's what you cultivate. Let's talk about daily practice. Not just meditation or prayer, but how you live. Are you managing your time with intention? Are you budgeting your energy, or letting it be drained by distractions, complaints, or chaos? 19 calls for conscious choices. Wake up 30 minutes earlier to reflect. Pack your lunch instead of eating out. Say no to that one habit that makes you feel regretful afterward. These aren't dramatic shifts, but they change your vibration, and over time, your life. Here's a simple story. James, a retired mechanic in his early 60s, found himself struggling with loneliness and rising expenses. His instinct was to shut down, stay home, and wait for life to get better. But after hearing a talk about karma, he made one small decision. Each morning he'd walk 1 mile, not for fitness but for discipline. He waved at neighbors, he picked up litter. He smiled even when he didn't feel like it. Within months, something shifted. A neighbor invited him to join a community group. He found an old passion for fixing bicycles and began repairing them for neighborhood kids for free. Now, he's not rich by traditional standards, but he says, "I feel useful again. I feel full." That's abundance. That's 19. Another core message of this number is mindful stewardship. It doesn't matter how much you have. What matters is how you use it. Do you spend in alignment with your values? Do you give with intention or obligation? Do you invest in things that grow your spirit or just numb your stress? And remember, generosity is part of karma too. When you give from a place of trust, not fear, you create flow. The Buddha said, just as a candle does not lose its flame by lighting another, you do not become poorer by helping another. Lastly, number 19 teaches resilience. Even when life knocks you down, you can choose how to respond. It reminds you that every setback is a chance to respond with wisdom instead of reaction. So today, ask yourself, what seed am I planting with my actions? What habit can I practice with quiet discipline? Where can I give without expecting something in return? Because when your life becomes a reflection of conscious karma, steady effort and daily integrity, abundance no longer becomes something you chase. It becomes something you embody. Part 5, number 212, building a lasting foundation for wealth. If number 19 taught us about steady discipline, then number 212 takes us even deeper into the realm of structure stability and sustainable growth. On this day, May 8th, 2025, the energy of 212 is here to remind us of a simple but often ignored truth. Lasting wealth isn't built overnight. It's built brick by brick. In numerology, 212 is often called the master builder, the architect of dreams turned into form. It's the number of practical action grounded in spiritual purpose. A vision without structure is just a fantasy, and action without direction is just busyness. 212 bridges the two. It asks, what are you really building with your time, your energy, and your money? Take a look around your life. Are your daily choices building towards something meaningful? Or are they scattering your energy and resources in all directions? Here's a story that brings 212 to life. Sophia. A single mother of 2, always dreamed of starting her own business, a plant nursery. But for years, it stayed just that, a dream. Why? She thought she needed a big loan, a perfect plan, or the right moment. But one day she heard a simple quote, "Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can." So she did. She cleared out a corner of her backyard, propagated 5 cuttings and sold them on Facebook Marketplace. That week she made $40. The next week, $85. Months later, she had repeat customers, a small online store, and most importantly, confidence. That's 212. Start small. Lay the foundation. Be faithful with little, and more will come. But this number also reminds us of another vital element of lasting wealth: consistency. We often wait for inspiration or motivation, but real success is born from habits. Those quiet, repeated actions that no one sees, but you, 212 says, show up, even when it's boring. Especially then, it also speaks to collaboration. You don't have to do it all alone. Who around you can help build what you're trying to create? And who could you support in return? Wealth multiplies in community. Sometimes your next opportunity isn't in your resume. It's in a conversation, a connection, a simple exchange of help. In Buddhist teaching, Sangha community is one of the 3 jewels. You grow faster and more peacefully when you walk the path with others. 212 is also a guardian of balance. What good is financial success if it costs your health, your peace, or your relationships? Ask yourself, is your pursuit of wealth aligned with your values? Do you rest as much as you hustle? Are you nurturing the soil, not just chasing the harvest? Because wealth without well-being is just stress with a paycheck. So today, let 212 guide your choices. Create structure. Take one clear step forward. Ask for help when needed. Rest without guilt. And keep your vision rooted in purpose. Because when you build with love, discipline, and intention, you're not just creating wealth, you're creating a life that lasts. Part 6, number 111, intuition, alignment, and magnetic prosperity. There's something undeniably mystical about number 111. It's like a soft whisper from the universe. Repeating, until you finally pause and ask, what am I being shown? On May 8th, 2025, this number arrives, not just as a signal of luck or awakening, but as a call to listen to your inner voice and to align your actions with the truth of who you are. In numerology, 111 is often associated with intuition, new beginnings, and alignment. But here's the deeper truth. You already know what to do. You've just been trained not to trust yourself. We live in a noisy world, one that drowns out your inner knowing with rules, trends, comparisons, and pressure. But 111 cuts through that noise. It invites you to return to the deep, steady wisdom within. Have you ever had a gut feeling you ignored and then regretted it? Or a quiet pull towards something new, something scary but exciting, and you didn't follow it? That was 111 knocking. This number teaches that prosperity isn't something you chase. It's something you attract when you are aligned, when your thoughts, your words, and your actions all match your highest values. That's when doors start opening. Let me share a story. Evelyn was a yoga teacher with a deep passion for writing. For years, she posted insights online just for fun, until one day she received a message from a publisher. They had been reading her content in silence. They offered her a book deal. She hadn't marketed, she hadn't pitched, she just shared from alignment, and the universe responded. That's magnetic prosperity. It's not forced, it's not desperate, it's you, living as your whole self and letting life meet you there. But 111 also calls for clarity. Ask yourself, are you working toward what you truly want or what others expect of you? Is your energy scattered or is it focused? Do your goals feel soul-driven or ego-driven? Because when you're misaligned, things feel heavy. But when you're in alignment, even hard work feels meaningful. Buddhist teachings speak of right livelihood, the idea that your work should be ethical, purposeful, and nourishing to your spirit. That's what 111 points you toward. And then comes vision. 111 is a manifesting number. It reminds you that your thoughts are seeds. What are you planting? What story are you telling yourself each day? When you start each morning with intention, even a small one, like, I choose peace. I am open to opportunity. I trust the process. You begin to reshape the entire field of your reality. The last gift of 111 is community and support. Yes, intuition is personal, but alignment is also relational. Who in your life supports your growth? Who drains it? 111 asks you to surround yourself with people and environments that reflect your values, because those energies shape your direction more than you think. So today, take a moment. Close your eyes. Breathe. Ask yourself honestly, where am I not listening to my inner voice? What truth have I been avoiding? What would it look like to live fully aligned and then act? One small step, one phone call, one shift in your routine. Because when you live from alignment, you don't need to force prosperity to come. You become the kind of person prosperity finds. Part 7. The 3 Buddhist Secrets to True Prosperity. When we hear the word prosperity, most of us instantly think of money. But in the eyes of the Buddha, true prosperity isn't measured by how much you have. It's measured by how deeply you live. And when we understand that, we unlock something far more valuable than wealth: freedom. Here are 3 timeless Buddhist teachings that reveal the foundation of lasting abundance, no matter your financial status, age, or background. 1. Gratitude and contentment santuti. The Buddha taught, contentment is the greatest wealth. We live in a world built on desire. Advertisements tell us we're never enough until we have more. But this craving is a trap. It leaves us chasing shadows. Gratitude, on the other hand, is a radical act of awakening. When you learn to appreciate the breath in your lungs, the roof over your head, and the smile of a stranger, you're already rich. Each day pause and name 3 things you're truly grateful for, not to impress anyone, just to feel the fullness of your life as it is. 2. Generosity without expectation, Dana. The Buddha once said if you knew the power of giving, you would not let a single day pass without it. But here's the key: give without keeping score. Whether it's money, time, attention, or a kind word, what matters is the spirit behind it. True generosity is freedom. It cuts through attachment, loosens fear, and dissolves the illusion of separation. Want to be truly prosperous? Give from a place of love, not obligation, and trust that life will return it to you in the way you need. Most 3, right effort and presence. Sama Vayama. Prosperity doesn't fall into your lap, but it also doesn't come from mindless struggle. The Buddha emphasized, right effort, doing your best without burning yourself out. It means showing up fully, but without obsession. Working hard, but not sacrificing your peace. It's about intentional living, where each step forward honors your values. Do one thing today with full attention. Cook with love. Work with purpose. Rest without guilt. That's prosperity in motion. In the end, these 3 teachings are not rules. They're reminders that your value doesn't come from your bank balance, but from how fully and honestly you live. And when you embody gratitude, give freely, and move with mindful effort, you become a magnet for a deeper kind of wealth. Part 8. Letting go. Releasing what no longer serves you. There's a quiet kind of suffering we carry not from what's missing in our lives, but from what we refuse to release. Old regrets, unforgiven wounds, outdated dreams, expectations that no longer fit who we've become. As the Buddha taught, attachment is the root of all suffering. It's not always the big things that hold us back. Sometimes it's that one memory you keep replaying. That voice in your head that says, you should have been further by now. Or that relationship you outgrew, but still cling to out of guilt or fear. Letting go is not giving up. It's choosing peace over control, freedom over familiarity. Here's the truth. You can't receive what's next while holding tight to what's expired. Think of your life like a garden. You must pull the weeds to make space for flowers. Likewise, to truly prosper, emotionally, spiritually, even financially, you must clear the clutter in your mind and heart. Try this simple practice. 1. Sit quietly and write down, what am I still holding on to that no longer serves me? 2. Ask, is this helping me grow or keeping me stuck in the past? 3. Visualize setting it down. Not with resentment, but with love. Maybe you're letting go of the need to be perfect. Maybe it's a version of success that no longer resonates. Maybe it's someone's opinion you no longer need to carry. Whatever it is, release it gently. And remember, when you let go of what you're not, you make room for who you truly are. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom, and it's a powerful step toward the abundance that's already waiting for you. So what if prosperity was never about chasing more, but about aligning deeper? Through the sacred energy of these 6 numbers, 33, 17, 39, 19, 212, and 111, you've been handed more than luck. You've been given a map, a path toward true wealth, the kind rooted in clarity, generosity, trust, and inner harmony. The Buddha didn't promise us riches. He promised us liberation from fear, from craving, from suffering. And when we live with intention, gratitude, and purpose, abundance follows. Not always in money, but always in meaning. So let this be your takeaway. Celebrate your small wins, trust your quiet ideas, build with purpose, speak with clarity, give without expecting, and release what weighs you down. Because when your thoughts, actions, and spirit move in one direction, you don't just attract wealth, you become it. Thank you for walking this journey with us. If this message touched something inside you, please support the channel, like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications, and comment below. I am aligned with abundance and peace. That small act is more than engagement. It's an intention. And from intention, transformation begins. Until next time, may your steps be mindful, your heart be full, and your life be truly prosperous.